Hello, I'm Lucas Catton, and welcome to the first episode for the NAFC in the Finding Your Way series. And in coming episodes, the idea is to be able to share different pieces of information that I've come across, as I mentioned in the opening or introductory video, that I found helpful to me and helpful to people that I work with and helpful to people that I assist as they're dealing with various situations in their lives, be it business-wise or relationship-wise or family-wise, etc. And I hope that these things might be useful to you or someone that you know. And I wanted to start off with this first episode with something from one of my favorite authors, Dr. Rick Hanson. And he's a psychologist, if you don't know, who has done a lot of research and a lot of writing. He's written multiple books. A couple of my favorite ones of his are Hardwiring Happiness and Resilient. He's certainly written some others and has been around for a long time. And in this, one of the things that he talks about is certainly our three basic needs. And those are safety, satisfaction, and connection. And what we tend to do is that when we feel that some of these basic needs are threatened in some way, that we obviously react in usually a negative manner. And that's just a natural reaction that we have. Either we're trying to protect something or defend or run away from or that kind of thing. And what we do is we build up this resistance to an unwanted situation or an unwanted feeling or an unwanted sensation or an unwanted thought or all these different things that are essentially unwanted. And these are the natural reactions that typically happen for people. And so in this book and in other writing that he does, he talks about ways that can be that we can approach these reactions to reduce the amount of suffering involved in them and to reduce the resistance involved in it as well. As you may know, famous psychologist Carl Jung said, what we resist persists. And we can see that true in so many different areas of our lives. And where this particular method that Rick Hanson shares, called let be, let go, and let in, helps to reduce that resistance, that struggle, that strife that we often feel. It doesn't mean that the challenges are going to immediately disappear. It doesn't mean that maybe there's the struggles or the difficulties or the pain or these other things that we all experience at different points in our lives. It doesn't mean that they go away necessarily, but it means that if we can control our internal reaction to those, then we can help lessen those and reduce the amount of suffering or potentially eliminate it afterwards. And one of the first things is to let it be there. If we see an unwanted situation that is threatening one of our three basic needs and we're immediately resisting it in one way or another, then it will persist. It tends to stay there. And if we can let it be, first of all, just acknowledge its existence and let it be there and recognize it for what it is and detach ourselves from that. So if we are not stuck in the resistance itself and we can become aware of it, we can become aware of the situation, we become aware of our internal reactions, we can become aware of our thoughts and separate ourselves from them, then that's a huge first step because immediately it starts to discharge some of that unwanted feeling. The next thing we can do is to let go of some of the struggle and the strife that are natural tendencies to fight back or to be angry about or that kind of thing. If we can let go of that need to react afterwards and lessen our grip on the situation, again, it doesn't mean it necessarily goes away instantly, but all of a sudden, because our internal reaction is different, because it's lighter, we can address things in a more effective way. So if there is a problem that needs to be addressed, you can go and tackle it, and you can go about your day or approach the task at hand or solve the problem that you're faced with. Whatever it is, you can now do so much more effectively than if you were doing it from a place of resistance or lower level emotions such as anger, pain, sadness, fear, etc. And the last thing is to let in. So let be, let go, let in. And when you let in, as you're going about this process of awareness and then loosening your grip, and afterwards, start to focus on things that are positive, things that you can do something about, things that action that you can take beyond that. Like, what is your next step? Things that you can focus on that are helpful. How can you have gratitude in your day? How can you be thankful for something? Maybe focusing on a connection or a relationship or some other situation that is going well, that you can increase your general mood. And as you go about your day, your week, your month, your year, etc., then we can find ways of approaching everyday life situations with much less struggle, strife, discomfort, resistance. So as we're coming off what is most assuredly a difficult year for most of us, and starting this new year in 2021 with high hopes for a lot of things, we don't know if it's going to be the year that we pull out of everything, but we certainly hope that that's going to be the case. And regardless of whether it happens sooner or later, these are some of the things that we can do to help make that transition possible and to help our daily lives be filled with much more joy, honestly. So that is my wish for you, is that some of these you can check out for yourself. Pick up a copy of Resilient if you'd like, or check out some of the other interviews or writings that Rick Hanson has online and see how they might be applicable to your life. That's it for this particular episode of Finding Your Way. Until next time, I'm Lucas Catton.